Hey guys, what's up? Hello. Yeah, we're live. Hi, Evelyn. How are you guys doing today? Sue. Hello. Ian Ryan. Evelyn. Meizugo. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know. What's up, Alvaro? Yeah, you can hear me. What's up, Jose? What's up, buddy? How are you doing? Hello, folks. Oh, we have a lot to talk about, huh? Yeah. I was making a video, guys. Sorry about that. So that's why I said I was going to be live for you at 4:10 p.m., but I started to make a video about Micron, which is reporting tomorrow, by the way, and it got a bit complicated. Yeah. And you know that during this season of the year, it is very hard for me to go live for you guys. Yeah, this is not like, when we are in the middle of June or July, I don't care, staying here in my studio working until 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m. But, 4:39 p.m. in the East Coast, in 20 minutes, it's going to be super dark out there. And it is hard, guys. Yeah, I don't like this season of the year, but, it is what it is. Yeah, I just need to accept it. Can you cover eBay? Sure, I can go over a bunch of stocks. I want to first of all, of course, review what is going on in the markets as of now. The situation is starting to get a bit complicated for the bulls, guys. Yeah, I dropped the ball on BA. I sold yesterday when it dropped a little. That was a call out. I will be reviewing with you the information that I have been sharing with you on both these Discords. On mine, because I am obviously streaming for the members of my Discord in English, and also on Christian's Discord. And in the case of Boeing, I told you 3 days ago when Boeing was trading at $203 to keep an eye on Boeing. I posted that information on Christian's Discord, and that ended up being a successful call out. Yeah, and in the case of our Discord in English, today we killed it, guys, with the SPY. Killed it. So I want to review with you what has been going on both servers. Sure. So first of all, let's take a look at what happened today in the markets. Russell 2000 down 0.45%. The Nasdaq up 0.23%. The S&P 500 down 0.24%. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 300 points. So not a good day, guys. And take a look at what happened today with the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. Look at this. Only 3 sectors in positive territory. Only 3 out of 11. And, the 3 sectors that went up today, which, by the way, are very important sectors, so this could be a light at the end of the tunnel, were slightly green, guys. Take a look at technology, up 0.18%. Consumer discretionary, up 0.16%. Amazon closed flat, and Tesla had an amazing day today, and Tesla is the second heaviest holding inside consumer discretionary. So consumer discretionary went up today 0.16%, and communication services, thanks to Meta, was able to have a positive day today because Google went down today, but Meta ended up having a good day, up 1.49%. But take a look, not a good day across the board. Let me show you the general breadth of the markets. Take a look at what happened, guys. Inside the Russell 2000, we had 1,080 stocks going down and 844 stocks going up. Let's go see what happened inside the S&P 500. 367 stocks going down and 136 stocks going up. Ugly, ugly, ugly. And inside the Nasdaq 100, what happened? 57 stocks going down and 44 stocks going up. So, not a good day. And if we take a look at the closing of the indices, look at the SPY, guys, or the S&P 500. Let me pull up here a 5-minute chart. Look, this is the third consecutive close below the 5-day moving average, the 5 DMA. Third consecutive close. The SPY isn't looking good. Today, buyers were able to step in and defend the 50-day moving average. We played this bounce to the upside with the members of our Discord in English. So this could be positive. And I think that the S&P 500 closed right at 6,800 points today. But sellers have started to step in minor time frames. So you have to be careful. And by the way, I'm warned you about this situation today pre-market. So let me show you. Let me go to Crwv's Discord. Look, this is Crwv's Discord. Take a look at what I said yesterday and today as well, guys, because from an intraday perspective, we use a pivot. So a pivot, or the pivot that we use, is basically a line that tells us who is in control of a trading session, of course, from an intraday perspective. So take a look at what happened today, guys, at 9:22 a.m. This is Crwv's Discord. I told you, happy Tuesday for y'all. Keep an eye today on $681.40. It's an important level. Guys, you need to keep an eye on this information. Take a look at the time. Pre-market, 9:22 a.m. The bulls need to recapture that level in order to have things going their way. I posted this information at 9:22 a.m. and I said, if the bulls do not recapture $681.40, the trading session will be under the control of sellers. Let me pull up here a 1-day, 1-minute chart and take a look at what happened, guys. Today's high was $681.21. They were not able to recapture $681 and was that that was $681.40. Take a look. The bulls were not able to recapture that level, and take a look at the drop that we saw down to $675. And take a look at these guys. Yesterday, let me go back to Crwv's Discord. I told you for the most part the same. Let me see if okay, look at this. This was yesterday. Pre-market, 9:10 a.m. Happy Monday and beginning of the week for y'all. Keep an eye on 685 SPY. Look at these guys. If you're going long stocks today, the bulls need to sustain price above 685 in order to have things going their way. The same thing, guys. The only thing that changed was the level. What happened in yesterday's trading session when the bulls were not able to burst above $685? Let's go see. Let me pull up here a 5-day, 5-minute. And take a look at yesterday's high, guys. I cannot be making this up. $685.50. You need to keep an eye on this information, guys. And in the case of our Discord, my boys and girls know how to use the pivot. But in the case of Crwv's server, I am, for the most part, telling you guys the pivot, an intraday pivot. Every single day pre-market. You need to keep an eye on this information, guys. If the SPY opens the trading session below our pivot, you have to be suspicious. You have to be careful, because that implies that sellers are in control of the tape. Look, yesterday, 685, today, 681.40. The rest is history, guys. Take a look. So we have some technical damage here. Ideally, we need to see the SPY recapturing that wide line. That is the 5-day moving average. As long as the SPY remains trading below the 5 DMA, it's guilty until proven innocent. And you have to be careful. So, I can review today as many stocks as I can. You guys are already asking about Restoration Hardware, about Crwv, about Lyft, and so forth. But if the SPY keeps closing candles on a daily basis below the 5-day moving average, I can do 1 million analysis here. Most of the stocks that you guys trade do not have a lot of upside potential because the SPY isn't cooperating with the markets. So you need to keep an eye on these guys. And for my boys and girls of Christian's Discord, keep an eye on the pivot that I am pointing out every single day pre-market before the trading. Every single day pre-market, 5 or 10 minutes before the trading session opens. That being said, take a look at Boeing, guys. We were talking about Boeing since last Friday, I think. Let me see. Take a look. This was last Friday. Look. Let me see. SPY remain. So, let me see. Okay, good morning. This was on the 12th. So, take a look at what happened on the 12th, guys. Look at this. I was in New York City, by the way, that day. We're opening right below an important resistance zone, $689.70. Take a look at the time that I posted this information. 9:27 a.m., guys. 689.70. Don't be surprised if we see profit taking at the open. If the SPY takes out $689.70, I am keeping an eye on Boeing. Let's go back to last Friday's session, guys. And look. What was last Friday's high, guys? What about $689.50? I cannot be making this up. Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. The level that I have pointed out has been critical for the SPY to either go up or down. And in the case of what has occurred during the last 3 trading sessions, the SPY has been going down. So keep an eye on this. But going back to what happened in the case of Boeing, I told you last Friday. Let me see. So keep an eye on Boeing above $203.40. Look at this. We were talking about Boeing last Friday. So let's go see Boeing on a 5-day, 5-minute chart. So, and look. So Tuesday, Monday, Friday. Take a look at the level that Boeing was trading at when I first called it out for you. $203. The rest is history, guys. So from Friday's open until today's high, Boeing went up 3.3%, despite the fact, guys, that the markets have been going down. So I was telling you yesterday that Boeing was showing technical strength or relative strength, I think. I was pointing that out yesterday. Take a look. No, on Friday, guys. Look, this was posted on the 12th at 10:35 a.m. Boeing is showing a lot of relative strength, guys. So that is something that you also need to be able to recognize. Like if the markets are going down, but I have an individual stock that isn't going down with the SPY, that implies that stock is showing relative strength. And that is very positive in order to go long a stock. So this was a good call out in the case of Boeing. And in the case of our Discord, take a look at what happened today, guys. And again, I will still encourage you to use daily moving averages, guys. Take a look at the work that we did today in our Discord using daily moving averages. Look at this. So this is a channel that I have in my Discord in which I am narrating the trading session, like written on a real-time basis. So let me show you. This was today's trading session. Let me take a sip of coffee here. Look at this, guys. So 10:21 a.m. Take a look at this pink line. What is this, guys? This is a 20-day moving average. This is the SPY, as you guys can see here. So at 10:21 a.m., I posted in our Discord $677.50 test incoming. If $677.50 is broken to the downside, we're looking at $676.40. If the 20 DMA is recaptured, because we effectively saw a test of the 20-day moving average today, pretty much at this time, 10:20 a.m., 10:30 a.m., there could be a bounce off that level, guys. Take a look at these screenshots. The SPY was going down, and it was about to make a test of the 20-day moving average. Take a look at what happened, guys. After I said, if the 20 DMA is recaptured, there could be a bounce off that level. Take a look at this. We bounced off that level. Do the penny. Take a look at this. This pink line is the 20-day moving average. It is showing you the average price of the S&P 500 or the SPY during the last 20 days. Then, take a look at what happened. We saw a second test of the 20-day moving average. This was I posted this information at 11:16 a.m. The bulls keep struggling at 6,800 points SPX. Because if you're actively trading the SPY, guys, you should be using both the SPY and the SPX, the cash index of the S&P 500. That's what we do. We use both. Both are very important. So, again, this is a SPY. Look, we were waiting for a second test of the 20-day moving average. As you guys can see here, take a look. Look, another test of the 20-day moving average. Look at this. So, at 11:33 a.m., I warned our guys in the Discord, the 20 DMA, look, we have a second test of the 20-day moving average. It was kind of undercut a little bit, but it acted as support once again. Take a look at this. In another bounce of the 20-day moving average. Take a look at the time, guys. 12:23 p.m. We did kill it today. Then the trading session kept going. The 20-day moving average was broken to the downside. Take a look. First test, second test, but the third test was an unsuccessful one. And that 20 DMA was broken to the downside. And take a look at the level that we were waiting for. Take a look at this green line, guys. This is a 50-day moving average. This is a very important moving average. It was signaling $674.73. Take a look. We were waiting for a test of that 50 DMA. And by the way, guys, I took 3 day trades today on the SPY based on this information. So that is the 50-day moving average, guys. 50 DMA. Take a look at the time. 12:58 p.m. It's rising. I always tell you about the slope of a moving average. It is very important, guys. When a stock is going down and it is about to make a test of a rising moving average, the fact that that moving average is rising increases the likelihood for that moving average to be able to act as support. So, look, the SPY keeps dropping, and we were waiting for potential support, because I always speak in terms of probabilities and never in terms of certainties. We were waiting for support at the 50-day moving average. Look at this. What happened, guys? Take a look at this. Clear and neat bounce of $674.75. At what time did this happen? Let me see. This happened at, 1:36 p.m. This was today's low, by the way. And I was warning the guys in the Discord at 12:58 p.m. that the 50 DMA was rising and that I was expecting support right at this moving average. Do the penny, guys. Do the penny. Take a look. So good job for both communities, Christians and mine as well. And again, guys, if you're not, you can use exponential moving averages on whatever time frame you want. You can use simple moving averages on whatever time frame you want. But you need to start using daily moving averages. At least the most basic ones. The 5, the 100, the 50, the 200. And this is the best example that I can show you about how effective daily moving averages are. Look. That being said, let's go over some individual stocks. So, let me see. We have UPS, Vernova. Do you think will happen the same to Palo Alto Networks? NBIS. Let's see. Oh, by the way, and I just made a video of this. Guys, we have Micron reporting tomorrow. This is an important report. Yeah. This is a very important report. So keep an eye on this, because you know that most of the AI-related stocks are getting annihilated as of now. Your Broadcoms, your Nvidias, your Microsofts, your Crwvs. So if Micron drops the ball, which I'm not saying that is going to be the case, but if Micron happens to drop the ball, buckle up. Buckle up. If Micron drops the ball tomorrow, guys, I think that's it. Goodbye, Senna. What's up, Grinch? This is a very important report. The expected move on Micron tomorrow after hours is $22. And I don't know if maybe Micron could change the sour sentiment that we are seeing as of now in regards to the AI-related stocks. But if this company drops the ball, and again, I'm not saying that is going to be the case, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting, guys. Maybe we could still see more downwards pressure and tomorrow into the closing bell. And depending on whatever Micron does after hours, we could see either the AI-related stocks, catching a break, or I don't know, or even maybe the situation getting worse. This is going to be an interesting market development tomorrow at 4 p.m. They reported 4 p.m. GE Vernova. Let's go see GE Vernova and take a look. You guys are asking. I mean, pretty much all of the stocks that you're asking about are under pressure, and they depend a lot on whatever Micron does tomorrow. I mean, that isn't the case of Palantir, but Palantir as of now is the exception to the rule. So GE Vernova goes up today 0.71%, and it closed the trading session at $686.22. It is a good-looking chart. The 5 DMA is rising. So I would say, let me draw a line here, that if GEV can consolidate above this rising 5 DMA, which as of now is signaling $692, maybe we could see a potential test of all-time highs coming up for GEV, $730 from $697 up to $730. This could be a 5% profit trade. And the line of the sand is this rising 5 DMA, guys. Yeah, you could potentially go long GEV above the 5 DMA, and if the 5 DMA cannot be recaptured by buyers, maybe we could see a retest of this previous level of resistance. Let me zoom out here a bit. Let me see. Yeah, here we have a very clear previous level of resistance at $657. So in my opinion, if I wanted to start a position on GE Vernova, I would wait for either a potential process of consolidation above a rising 5 DMA, $695. If that isn't the case, if the bulls cannot recapture that level, and if we see a bit of profit taken here, I would be interested in seeing this previous level of resistance at $657, potentially being able to act once again as support. It did it a few days ago here, as you guys can see here. So give me consolidation above 692, or maybe a retest of $657, and maybe I could be interested in starting a position on GE Vernova. Let me take a look at the market structure of GEV. What do we see here? Demand and supply. It should be looking good, I think. Let's go see. Yeah, look. This is a market structure chart, guys. So this is a very powerful tool that I use in order to visualize what the demand and the supply of a stock is looking like. Demand buyers, supply sellers. As you guys can see here, the demand is rising and way above the level of the supply. So this is a very good looking market structure chart that we can actually reconcile with this 4-hour chart, in which we see a rising 5-day moving average. So above $693-ish, GV could be off to the races. Yeah, Meta. This was a very good performing stock today. I have skin in the game, by the way. Yeah, I own 100 shares. I've been selling covered calls. So ideally for me, guys, since I've been selling calls and the strike prices are always out of the money, I don't care if Meta keeps going up, and if I get called away, so be it. It's a trade, not a marriage. Even though I like the company a lot. So Meta went up today 1.41% and closed the trading session at $657.15. So what is the issue in the case of Meta, guys? This stock is, as of now, let me see, 16% off its most recent all-time highs. So we have a lot of overhead supply here. A lot. So if you go long Meta, you need to understand that we have buyers trapped all over the place. So if you start a position in Meta and you're making, a quick profit, you should take your profit quickly and run away. Because if say that Meta goes back to all-time highs, it shouldn't be an easy one. It shouldn't be an easy one. We have buyers trapped all over the place. So as of now, the short is still guilty until proven innocent. So Meta is trading as of now below the 100 DMA. Take a look at the slope, guys, of the 50-day moving average. Look at this. And that, by the way, was coinciding a few days ago with the 200-day moving average. So the 50 DMA in green and the 200 in red. Take a look at the slope, guys. Do you guys remember what I just showed you in the case of the SPY? How they traded the SPY today bouncing off a rising 50-day moving average? I just told you. That moving average is rising. It is potentially pushing price up, right? Well, in the case of Meta, it's quite the opposite. Look at this. Declining 50-day moving average. So this is exactly the opposite, guys. So Meta bounced off $580 a few weeks ago. Look, up, 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 and take a look at the spot at which Meta failed. It failed at trying to burst above, it failed at trying to burst above a declining and important moving average, a 50-day moving average. Clear resistance. So guess what, guys? The 50 is signaling as of now $665. And slightly above the 50-day moving average, we encounter the 200 DMA, the 200-day moving average, $670. Can Meta burst above these two moving averages easily? It could happen. It would surprise me, to be honest with you. I would expect the Bears to be able to give the Bulls a hard time between 664 and, which is the level that coincides with the 50-day moving average, and 670, which is the level that coincides with the 200-day moving average. So I wouldn't do anything here on Meta, to be honest with you, until I see it above the 200-day moving average. Now, since we know that we have a lot of buyers trapped all over the place because the stock is trading 16% of the highs, let's pull up here an anchor VWAP from all-time highs. Let me see. So where do I have buyers trapped from all-time highs for Meta? Take a look at these guys. So an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from all-time highs is signaling as of now $684. So I know for sure that at $684 I have people losing money on Meta. So what are those people waiting for, guys? The vast majority of them are waiting for Meta to pull up until 684 so they can sell out of those positions, so they can close those positions and move their money somewhere else. And get this, guys. An anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the April low of Meta. So back in April, Meta went down to $487. So if we take a look at this anchor VWAP, we find a price or a level of $674. So the average market participant that started the position in Meta back in, this was early April, has an average price of $675. So Meta is about, guys, to enter into a very tough level between 664 and, so between the 50-day moving average and 683. So I wouldn't touch Meta, to be honest with you guys, here. I would wait until others do the heavy lifting. I would let others to bring Meta above $683, and then, when there's less overhead supply, you can start a position here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pullback of Meta pretty much at these levels. Yeah, it is entering into a potential tough resistance zone. Yeah, let's just put it that way. Now, let's see what the demand on the supply of Meta is looking like as of now. Let's go see. Meta platform. And look, it doesn't look good. the demand is going down along with the supply. So we have like some sort of a tie between buyers and sellers. But ideally, guys, when you look at the market structure chart of any stock, so ideally you want to see the demand rising or going up, which isn't the case here. So I would be careful in the case of Meta. In case of a pullback, say that the stock fails at bursting above this zone that I just told you about, I would be maybe a buyer of a pullback down to this 20-day moving average at $636. $636. There you go. So you guys are also asking about Lyft. Lyft. So I think that Lyft is kind of moving in tandem, guys. With who? With Uber. Yeah, now the markets think that Tesla is the future, bro, when it comes to robotaxis. Let me show you something fun, guys. Take a look at this. Let me pull up here. Okay, look. Take a look at this. Yeah, so both are going down because of that, guys. So Waymo is making some progress in regards. So Waymo is killing it in regards to robotaxis, right? But now the markets believe that Tesla is going to be even better than Waymo. Take a look at this. Do you see this red bar? These are the quarterly rides of Waymo. 450,000. So they are making some serious progress, right? In regards to autonomous driving and robotaxis. Do you know how many quarterly rides we've had from Tessie, guys? 0. Mm-hmm. But take a look. Tessie, brand new all-time highs, I think. Look. While Uber and Lyft are getting annihilated. So ideally, guys, you want to see a pullback on Tessie before giving Lyft or Uber a shot. So these stocks are inversely correlated because Tesla is the future, bro. Yeah, it's the future of autonomous driving. By the way, so Dan Ives came on the air yesterday on CNBC and he said that, and I'm pretty much quoting him, guys, that Waymo is going to be a rounding error relative to Tesla in regards to autonomous driving. How about that, huh? How about that? So, as long as Tesla keeps going up, I wouldn't try to do anything on either Lyft or Uber, guys. The short isn't looking good. Below the 20-day moving average, the 50, the 5 DMA is clearly downward sloping, and Lyft is trying to recapture the 100-day moving average in blue, $19.30. Below this 100 DMA, this stock is a no touch. Say that we see Lyft closing candles below this 100 DMA. I wouldn't be surprised if Lyft goes down to make a test of the 200-day moving average at $16.53. Not a good looking chart, guys. This is not a stock that you want to be involved with. Unless the technical chart starts to look better. But as of now, there's absolutely nothing to do here. Maybe we can make a case that Lyft recaptured the 100 DMA and we see a bit of profit taking on Tessie. So maybe closing candles above $19.34. We could see Lyft maybe going up and making a test of a former level of resistance at $20.60. But this is not a good looking chart. Not a good looking chart. So just stay away from Lyft. I don't see anything constructive here. Yeah. And you're asking about eBay as well. Let me see. I haven't taken a look at eBay in quite some time. Not a good looking chart. Below the 100, the 50-day moving average. The 5 DMA is starting to go down. It is declining. Below the 20-day moving average. I don't see any reason to start the position here on eBay. I mean, a bull would argue, in the case of eBay, that it's held the 200-day moving average as support on multiple occasions before. And we can also make we can try to kind of make a bullish case here. I'm saying that the 200-day moving average has been acting as support and that eBay hasn't violated or hasn't broken the 200 DMA, again in red, to the downside in many, many, many months. So it's been many, many months. So since early April, that eBay hasn't traded below the 200 DMA. So that could be positive. So maybe if we see another retest of this 200 DMA that already acted as support, take a look here, back in mid-November, and also pretty much here as well. We almost saw a test of this 200-day moving average. This was back in early November. So maybe it could bounce off this 200 DMA, but say that this 200 DMA breaks to the downside, this could be a short opportunity actually. Yeah. Let me take a look at the market structure of eBay. This was a stock that I used to trade a lot, guys, many, many, many years ago. And I used to trade it at $50. Looks 81. Okay. It has gone up a bit. So eBay, let me see if I have the market structure available. And the demand is flat and the supply is rising. So hold on, guys. I need to plug in my laptop here. So the market structure doesn't say much. The technical chart looks broken. And again, this is another stock that is trading way off the highs. So we can make a case here that we have a lot of buyers trapped all over the place. This is backholder central. eBay is trading 20% off its most recent all-time highs. It is pretty much in a technical bear market. So let me show you an anchor VWAP from all-time highs for eBay. This is not a stock that I would be interested in, at all. But let me see. eBay. Oh, sorry, guys. And okay, let me display an anchor VWAP from all-time highs. Look, so the average market participant that started the position on eBay when this stock went up to how much? $101 back in mid-August has an average price of $89. What do you guys think the vast majority of those market participants that are holding the bag as of now at $89 from all-time highs will do if eBay goes up to $89? They will be selling out of those positions. Yeah, closing those positions right away. Yeah. So we have, let me see, Robinhood. Oh, that was a successful call option alert that we got today, guys. I can show you that alert. So in our Discord, we are posting unusual options alerts on a daily basis. And this was one of the alerts that we got today. Hood went up today a lot, guys. 3%. $4 and closed the trading session at $119. Take a look at a 1 day, 1 minute chart. Look at this. In a day in which the markets didn't have a good day, right? Look at this. So put this down on a sticky note, guys. This is our Discord chat. We have a channel for our unusual alerts, options alerts, and take a look at this. So in the case of Robinhood, this is an alert from yesterday, but that we posted in the Discord today, pre-market. So yesterday, someone invested $1.7 million on Hood calls expiring on January 16th with a strike of $130. And oh boy, did this unusual call option alert worked out. Take a look at this. This stock went on a tear. And again, guys, it is worth pointing out that Hood went up a lot on a day in which we saw a lot of weakness in the markets in general terms. So that implies that the stock has relative strength. And that is positive. You want to trade stocks that are showing strength, of course. So the short isn't looking good. It is trading below pretty much all the moving averages except for the 200. So below the 50, we have a declining 5 DMA, 100 DMA. I know that some members of our Patreon follow this alert based on the alert itself, not on the technical chart necessarily, because the technical chart, it is showing as of now a lot of damage. So me personally, if I wanted to start a position in Hood, I would wait for buyers to show up and push Hood potentially above $124, guys. $124 could be an inflection point for Robinhood in the short term, because at $124, we have for the most part coinciding the 20-day moving average, the 100 and the 5 DMA. So I wouldn't touch this stock below 124. If Hood burst above $124, it would be recapturing all of the moving averages that I just mentioned, but at the same time, previous level of resistance and also previous level of support. So give me Hood above $124 and with the unusual collapse alert that I just showed you, and I am probably giving it a shot above 124. Below 124, I would be careful, guys. The technical short is still showing technical damage. So let me take a look at an anchor VWAP for Hood that comes from all-time highs. Let's see what we get here. Robinhood Markets. And look, an anchor VWAP or an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from all-time highs in the case of Hood is signaling $129. So we can make a case, guys, that Hood would still be guilty until proven innocent as long as it remains below $129. There's technical damage, there's overhead supply. So does this imply, guys, that you cannot start any positions on stocks that are not looking good? You can do it. But you need to be aware of the fact that if you go long a stock that has overhead supply, you shouldn't fall in love with the position. And that is a mistake that many of you guys do. You struggle to close your winners a lot. And on top of that, if you close a winning position and the stock keeps going up, then you suffer, which is something that I don't understand. Why would you suffer, guys, with a winning trade? It's absurd. You're making money out of it. It's absolutely absurd. Nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. So if you closed a winning position and the stock keeps going up, who cares? You made money out of a trade. So if you struggle with your winners, go figure how you would struggle with your losers. So never ever regret a winner, guys. Never. Put that down on a sticky note. I never regret my winners. Never. Of course not. I'm making money out of it. So let me take a look at the market structure of Robinhood. So the demand and the supply, what is it looking like? Excuse me, guys. I don't like the market structure, to be honest with you. Look, demand on top, and at the bottom we can see the supply. The demand is going down. The supply is also going down, which is positive, quote unquote positive, and this could be signaling that sellers are getting kind of exhausted. But the stock is trading below it is trading below a lot of moving averages, and especially below a declining 5 DMA. The demand is going down, so I wouldn't be too enthusiastic about Hood below 124, or even better, guys. Recapturing the 50 DMA, which is signaling $129. So that implies that 50-day moving average is coinciding with the anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs. And there goes your Robinhood analysis. How about that, huh? Good. So let me see what else do we have here. Take a look at UPS. Jesus Christ. Who is trading UPS at this point in time? Come on. United Parcel Service. The short is looking good, actually. I didn't know that UPS had a good-looking short, which hasn't been the norm, lately, I guess. So this is a good-looking short under the control of buyers above all the moving averages. We have a rising 5 DMA, a rising 5-day moving average. Give me a potential process of consolidation of United Parcel Service above $100. So that rising 5 DMA is not only rising, but it is also coinciding with a fat number, $100. $100 is also a previous level of resistance. So above $100, UPS could keep going, guys. I like it. Say that 5 DMA is broken to the downside and that we see a bit of profit taken. I would be curious about a potential retest of the 200 DMA and the 20 DMA. Both moving averages are coinciding as of now at $96. This could be a potential level of support, of which UPS could be bouncing off. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, looks very good. Let's reconcile this 4-hour chart of United Parcel Service with the market structure of UPS. What do we get? Look, the demand is rising and the supply is going down. It looks like we have higher prices coming up for UPS, guys. If $100 holds as support, or if, worst case scenario, we see a retest of $96 and the stock can bounce off that level. Below 96, I would be very careful with UPS. So maybe this potential comeback of UPS could be ruled out. Sure. Yeah. Let me see. You guys had also asking, and we already did Renova, Crwv. This is gonna be a quick one, guys. So I've told you on multiple occasions that we have an open AI combo in the markets. Yeah, there's an open AI combo. So if I ask you guys, what's the open AI combo in the stock market? What would you say? What stocks belong to the open AI combo? So let's name it. Google. No. Google has its own combo. And mind you guys, as of now, they are killing all of them. The OpenAI combo stocks and the Google combo stocks. There you go, Jose. Crwv, Nebius, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD. Add AMD to the list. So take a look at this technical chart. What a disaster. What a disaster. Below all the moving averages, below the 100, the 50, the 20. There's zero reason, guys, to do anything on Crwv. Zero. Out of the bunch, so inside the OpenAI combo, which is getting killed, demolished. This is the worst stock. So there's no reason to do absolutely anything here until buyers step in and show some strength. Say that maybe, I don't know, maybe Crwv goes up during the rest of the week and it recaptures the 5 DMA, which is coinciding with the 20 DMA at $79. But guys, I mean, stay away from this. Stay away from this. This is a disaster. What a disaster. So this is a technical chart that is under the total control of sellers. There's zero reason to touch this stock under the current circumstances. Zero. Nothing. AMD as well. Correct. Exactly. So last week, they were killing the OpenAI combo, but they were rewarding the Google's combo. Now, all of those are getting annihilated. So the AI trade, guys, turns sour. This could change quickly than most people believe, but that's a situation that is going on as of now. So you need to, look for another stocks. Maybe UPS. Yeah, it's a boring stock. But if you take a look at a technical chart of Crwv, and if you take a look at a technical chart of AMD, look, let me pull up here a 4-hour chart of it. Take a look at this. I'd rather trade UPS. Yeah, of course. These stocks ran out of momentum. This could change, but I don't know. That isn't the case as of now. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for Nebius, NBIS. This has to be another disaster. Take a look. Oh, another stock from the OpenAI combo. Guys, as of now, they hate these stocks. They hate them. Take a look at the technical charts. They hate them. So unless you tell me that you're bullish on NBIS from a long-term perspective, because NBIS is the future, bro, and the markets are mistaken about NBIS, then that's okay. If you're thinking about buying shares of NBIS based on a fundamental analysis or maybe on a financial analysis, maybe you can buy this garbage. And I'm not talking about the company, guys. I am talking about the technical chart. The technical chart is garbage. Garbage. But from a trading perspective, why would you try to start the position on this broken technical short? Again, so the sentiment towards these AI-related stocks turned sour. So if you want to buy the dip on any of these stocks, you have to be very, but very careful. Very careful. The technical shorts are absolutely broken. I wouldn't do anything here on Nebius, guys. Below the 50-day moving average, we have a declining 5 DMA. So just to set an example, take a look at this 200 DMA, 200-day moving average. It is rising. It is still rising despite the fact that this stock is making lower highs and lower lows. So the 200 DMA is signaling as of now $64. We can make a case that if, I don't know, maybe Nebius gets annihilated tomorrow and it drops right away down to $64. So that 200 DMA is rising. So maybe NBIS could, get across with buyers at $64. So maybe you can give it a shot. But you have to be careful because the technical short is absolutely broken. There's nothing to do here until buyers step in and the technical short starts to show at least a little bit of strength. That's what I'm saying. Micron is coming to save the AI market or make it worse. You never know. Yeah, the report of Micron tomorrow is a very important market development, guys. I think so. I don't know. Maybe they report way better than expected. Just like Broadcom did last week, and they don't care about it. But should Micron report worse than expected? Oh boy. Oh boy. Palantir, bro! Let's go see Palantir, the Messi of artificial intelligence. So take a look, guys. So 98% of tech stocks are getting demolished. Take a look at Palantir. Something good is going on in the case of Palantir. This is a tech company, software company. And take a look at the difference when it comes to the technical short of Palantir relative to the 98% of tech stocks out there. So this technical short is showing strength. So these are the kind of stocks that you want to trade under the current circumstances. If you wanted to trade tech stocks, a trade stock, or a retail darling stock, let's just put it that way. So Palantir is trading above all the moving averages. We have a rising 5 DMA. I've been actually keeping, guys. I am guilty as charged on this level. I am thinking about going long Palantir above $191. Why is it? Because at $191, we have a very clear previous level of resistance. Guys, take a look, and you also need to take into account the strength that is released to either the upside or the downside in order to try to figure out how important a technical level is. So listen up. This is a learning moment for you. So Palantir failed at $190 back in early August of this year. We saw a first unsuccessful test of $190, went down a bit, and we saw a second test a few days after that at $190. Take a look at the reaction at $190. Do you see this? Do you see what I'm talking about, guys? Take a look at the strength, at the way that Palantir was rejected here. The strength that was released to the downside. Look, big time, guys. Super clear rejection. So that implies that $190 is an extremely important level from a technical standpoint because of this brutal rejection that took place a few months ago. So say that Palantir recaptured $190, which could be a potential tough level for the bulls, and it was, look, rejected and rejected a few days ago. Why is it? Because the level is important. So should Palantir burst above $190 and consolidate above that level, that is very bullish. Because buyers were able, if that were the case, buyers were able to burst above a previous very strong level of resistance. A potential process of consolidation of Palantir above $190 could be attracting buyers into this technical chart. So the strength, the magnitude of a rejection or the magnitude of a push to the upside matters, guys, a lot. So look at this. Brutal rejection right at this level, 190. So Palantir consolidates above 190 bucks. I am going long Palantir more likely than not. Yeah. And if we take a look at an anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs for the Messi of artificial intelligence, what do we see here? Let me see. On Palantir, look. So this is the opposite relative to Lyft and Meta. No buyers trapped above the current price of Palantir. So if I have an anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs that is signaling 187 bucks, what message is that anchor VWAP sending me or sending us? That if the average market participant that started a position on Palantir when this stock went up to 310 bucks 2 months ago has an average price of $187, that implies that for the most part we didn't have buyers trapped above the current price of Palantir. This stock bursts above 190, watch out. It could go on a tear. Yeah, this is a very good looking chart. Yeah. And we are, guys, 57 minutes in. Take a look. Already dark, guys. What a horrible season of the year, guys. I just cannot believe this. Jesus Christ. Already dark. Yeah. So, it's been a long day. Let me see. You guys are asking about Baba. Let me see. Baba. So Chinese stocks have been dead, guys. Yeah, look at this. This is a big level for Baba, by the way. But it went down today 0.53% and it closed the trading session at $149.29. This is not a good looking chart. Potentially signaling lower prices coming up for Baba. Now, take a look at this level, guys. $148. $148. Let me pull up here a 3-year chart. Take a look at this level, guys. 148. This is a previous level of resistance for Alibaba back from March of this year. You can actually visualize it on a daily chart. Look, rejected and rejected. This is a big level, guys. Would I give Baba a shot here at 147? If buyers can defend price at this very unnoticeable previous level of resistance? I don't know. It's an interesting level, and we've seen an important correction here. So Baba is 24% of its most recent 52-week high. So I would leave this in the interesting category, guys. Yeah, the chart isn't looking good. Don't get me wrong. Below a declining 50-day moving average, below the 20, below a declining 5 DMA, below the 100 DMA, but above 148. This is an interesting level, guys. Yeah, it is an ugly looking chart, but take a look. The bulls managed to defend price right at 148 bucks yesterday and today pre-market. So keep an eye on this level, guys. It is an interesting level. Let's put, and as I just said, let's put Baba in the interesting category. If 148 bucks can hold as support. All right. Say that Baba breaks 148 to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a test of this rising 200-day moving average at $136. So interesting. Let's just put it that way. Interesting. Let's talk about overhead supply. Buyers trapped all over the place. So do not fall in love with these kind of stocks, guys. An anchor VWAP that comes from the most recent 52-week high signaling. Let me see. $165. Yeah, this is backholder central, but there could be a trade here to the upside, guys. Consolidating above 147, and we close at the 100-day moving average 152. There could be a potential trade into the upside there. And let me see the market structure of BABA. The demand and the supply. What is it looking like? Let me see. The demand is flat, good, and the supply is kind of starting to go down. Demand buyers, supply sellers. Again, not a good looking short, but that we can put in the interesting category. Yeah. Guys, I have to wrap it up. It's been a long day for me. We are an hour in. I am about to release a video about Micron. So $22 is the expected move tomorrow. And I don't know, guys. This was not a good close. Be careful. You cannot trade individual stocks without knowing what the SPY is doing. That's a very common newest mistake, guys. Oh, I like Lyft here. I like this stock here. But the SPY is going down. Don't do it. Be careful. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on both servers tomorrow. Christian's and mine. So thank you. Can we see the market structure of Palantir? Didn't I show you that? My bad. Okay, before I wrap it up, let me go over the market structure of Palantir. And take a look. Beautiful. Bullish. The Knives is a genius. Take a look at this. Rising. The demand is rising and the supply is going down. Above 190, guys. Watch out. Yeah. Out of the money calls. Expiring in 2 days. Expiring in 2 days. No, don't buy that. I never trade that kind of options. Bye, guys. Thank you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. This is not financial advice. Bye-bye.